BBC Radio Italy, Adafo Pa Radio Paris, G Live Radio ewo UK, OPD Radio ewo UK. Omo nyina ekremu ansemi ye de somone. Ensema de bay ne edi makotre ne beni.
Enei anasifo a wono makwakoje entete ewo suku mu ayese aban postu omo no. Aban postu omo ema chese batches be semiensa wono mo ene nso to nyina omo na mo demonstration ana enya asam keto akra.
Sasia ya me ne wo akasa edmanimi ya me ne wo kasa ya no. Petrol buo asan akosoro biem. Amene ufa petrol gallon ba ko a ne buo no enenam eye 67 cedis 455 pesos. Maybe a petrol akwakoduro no.
Yabeko ensanfofro mu na se dum so yi ebe ha adwe pa sabre gusu tete amanfo pa. Na PURC Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. Wono mo edin tansa kese pa bo ECG ede sika atwo ntri so 5.868 million Ghana cedis se. Wono ma jama dum so aba ene PURC echire mu.
Kodio edi atija ya o nsamo mo kan se NDC amanyo kwori chese BVR machines no ayira no. Ebetumi ha Ghana for abato mu a omna mechirim.
Na keroforeta ana na woye kane soafo ano hwe Ghana sikasam entoto yeso. Waba be chem sa Ghana economy no ade a chese atene kona na chese enema yeyi ba. Yewra Haruna Idrisu kane minority leader wa twetwa bi abono papa yebebo ne na kire.
Atene general ha yadwuma. O keta sese ene proye ho. Owura ni monyamfo aveji ene wode sansem dia to dwa se. Keta sese ne proye pack. Etu ase no atani general ena obuama akoso pa
omofa ne nkokote na Ghana Water Company Limited for womo na mayensuo ewo ye fiefie mu pipe nsuo yi womo kirem sa amafo bebredi omo ka amase sia no edini doso eti wa ode karwa nkotua asese ya ba be print edini nyina de aba newspapers mu nti wo behwe na ohene babo amabanie na ni dibum
meso me de kapa Kani Greater Accra Regional Chairman owura ni monyamfo adekoka. Wadi ato NDC amanyoko ne nmen se enkunimdie ebeba na emum complacency no enya de ebebo omo nti omunyi se no ma no enwu nche no omunyi adwumaden.
Abusuafo nse weni se afoforo pi na bete wakasebo mu se ye de somo na enwumre yi ewo Power 97.9 afa TV XYZ so wadwenkire adaroma fabra yeje ewo Facebook so hwehwe Power 979 FM utro ni nyina boma o Facebook like a page run follow na fe for adventure bra Kasiebo share na afoforo so NTBA TVXYZ Ghana enso e wo Facebook adaroma odo adventure no ba emereba ma ebe kan e dia ma ye live o YouTube XYZ Broadcasting Limited honso abroche from betumi ahwe honso ama bibia konkan enwumre yi Kasiebo ye de ebre mo ba beso mo se ba de for no akekan for aya henham na ye de ba beso mo eye me PSC okra Boys Prefect Chief Tankers Honorable without constituency, mene mesahwi brother.
Kumangra diwan for heneba. Boama benye abua for Class House Electronics ekremu X Natural Mineral Water Kel 360 toothpaste Ruta Natural Product enso aksum Spanish Jinko nene capsules Little George Health Shop ekutemu ebi Eduaba Clinic ede SMB test ede about 3P Garlic Mixture asoma Power Specialist Seba Hospital ekutem Solar Natural Clinic and Medimosis Clinic and Prostate Center and Let's Talk Educational Consult. Omo adaroma ena Kasiebo yede esomo enedey. Na yensan enwura mu biem ne yenkonkodi enkomo no. Afi na aduru so. Ensem no eni. Petrol buo yegusu ana ye Kasiebo ede aba no. Ena ye hyase yegusu a ye ya ena energy security for ede ba betu dwa say oh petrol buo e ba be kosoro. Me say Kasiebo no yegusu kra ye bo ano no ane ba e betu dwa say wunia. Yatum inti ade en baby adura no yankwa homaso ne Hatche Derek enko atwe nkomo Petro bo yesa pagem Hatche akwaba mini Hatche akwaba o
ayene ba mejo so
me da se papa Petro bo ansa na ye beba no e de frɛ say mo de aba betu their predictions from enra say ye ba betum eneda ye aye kase ya no Petro bo no ya pagem ama baby akokoduro na no aye sepa Wadaroma, Edia na resort to this. I'm a petrol boy, kwa na ekosri.
That's my mentia only, what you for you now. So, the only the IES, the predictions, and I just said, yeah, and you should know, and just anything based on facts and figures. Now, for the second price window of April, you should share your money. Now, I say, 6 or 7 hours, and sika asɛm na ho de ne so anko ye na sɛ German so ndia ndia boa na sɛ German so no amano ne bo no akɔsoro na sanka ne bo no kɔsoro na de sika asɛm no so ba soro kakra ana de sika asɛm mitumi gina ginam kakra anka itumi eboa kakra but ye mu no na sika asɛm no so no enye enti German so kɔsoro by 7%. Na sika asɛm no so anko ye nti eno so sika ni depreciate by almost 3%. Now we can in album say for the second price window of April no I was say a fan go board the various forms no a cost. But they only say LPG na you use no German so no so by almost 15% and so say but send sika asɛm no so hunye na anka e kran no money free amano ni de ba no it means so by 15% and in the so expect say at the various stations you know LPG ni bonus mere e be back by 8%.
Sasia ya me no ka say so the new prices are abaisia no a Mr. Mofe no to so ma me ansa na ye beba no na the new price no na obi anim say 4.79 that's 14.79 but sasia no drew 14.99 that's for diesel and super no 14.80 and no say okay and ya wo hwe animu kra no a super no aba be chain diesel no this time round enti ebo no apagya wadaroma ede na anase Jessica sem no totoye no ne ebo no akoso no ana de we no di abai
petrol de man no bo no ekoso kese as say ni diesel na aba ekwe eni say e wo German so no petrol no eni bo koso by 7.5%. And would compare diesel and carbon cost less than 1%. Diesel cost just less than 1%. I mean, in natural figures are 0.69%. And the more insignificant. And because it's my and say for diesel, maybe we can quite 1% and I go bit maintaining price. But petrol and casana is so by 7% now. You see, almost 3% depreciation loss. And the number are significant. And it's now only say petrol diano akwa ni makwa to diesel diano.
It is a say no yenhwe ne mu biem say e free ene ya akwi ye besa to mu biem na kakra ya de ama ye de ye betumi andwa no bebo so mba miensa.
It's here there you bit ma can say for the next 2 weeks na it's from now till the ending of April. I say who no last pricing window I say the first pricing window for April no. Who say within 2 days near 2 fan go bomb within 2 times. It's always a goal and also stand out China, but meaning I have the policy interventions on behalf of government. And the government is where the policy thereby the price control. Now price our minimum price for now they are bano. HSA and the minimum price that also be thrown the fan which me at all. As an uncle which me for star oil, no 20 day about 12 cedi and 11. Allied oil which me 20 day 12. Well, adding the beco 13. Shell is within the beco 14. Uta de bekobe 13 and you know the variations but the competitions them amount for to me be obeko and I say the consumers in social be the an customer corner akoto e hono as you know MPA the ambassador be you pay minimum price for and the minimum price and MPA the ambassador below a certain price and so platform fan go no and to say the find the tank either star or you bit not only get 10 to 50% no in fast one MPA there be say 11 cities in the bar and then nobody should sell below 11 cities. And can also make a mobile to go and see one is that is a contributing factor. Second one, and say Ministry of Finance had the letter by say and price stabilization and recovery level 16% and can you free and I see the year suspended. And within 3 days, no time the ambassador began on Kai but the years and give you. And then my prices and of course so within 2 times within 3 days. And to say just say their price and never cost you ma. They say the government, the policy intervention, the ABA, and they are very taxes and margins, maybe so. And I say, for the first pricing window of May, I ain't share the banner. They say, Sika Seminole, 8 major and also, they are bonfires in the geopolitics, the forces of demand and supply, and my price near the end cost. They are the countries in Russia, Ukraine, and I say the Iran, Israel, and Tokwan, Roma. And the bonfires say, and affect international prices. Everything man maintain and I say stable and I say so better. They are bomb by seminal a bit more so then in that case they are going forward for the first price window of May year. which my expected they are very stable and actually better form. So yes, sir, they are better connecting the three.
I don't remember where they finally are saying good for oil. Ababwayini.
But good for oil, yeah, the basha and can stabilize the prices. And to know what we saw, I want to say if you are terminating good for oil buy, prices do go say na stabilize it. That time they buy another price in the boy saying, and as you see on the boy saying. Secondly, no, also good for oil. Okay, the bar a Bama strategic stock. There's a stock, and every 2 weeks, and a pound go for sister. And they be also for prayer good for oil. Now say there are 270,000 barrels in Abba, and I said to go with the Abano. A rich man last year for the next 3 months and 6 months. And it means in say the company and Kotofangua. Maybe I better say the Fango Bobesitano, say within 6 months. As I said, the enemy you say every 2 weeks, yeah, no Fango Bonita. And to say good for oil, the bar doesn't mean say good for oil every 2 weeks. Then you craft good for oil, the bar. Near the bar does it stabilize the prices every 2 weeks? And then you know, for the past year, no prices and stabilize it. There's a good for oil, the Boama is sick as no up the Jana say, I'm not more importing refined crude, no, or more experiencing depreciation losses. As I say, how do we talk about it? Every time you won't say depreciation losses near the ever. And to make yourself go back and say, oh, any sick as and exchange rate, are depreciated. So you should be asking, say, what is the real impact of it? Is the real impact able to stabilize prices? Since we are stabilizing there, and you'll be the back at your say, and we are not achieve the needed purpose in there or the buy.
You better say, anyway, maybe any of us you. Adolfo Hatter Derek, a research and policy analyst, IES, and I'm to say, no. Edin common and yebo homodin se bewura adrava for akate asan se wo ha adrava for ne aban no se to and fro entokwa nketenkete ene namu adrava for kire se petrol bo akosoro eti oso mu sunya ntumu kakra emetumi bo mo ene ministry no e de krata de ababonte se adrava for gi new price no a prosi for nte won ye ka kura ye nyanwie ye no enro ye na krata ne ba ye ne yesa to petrol nti adrava fo nkabam ko ahodo no yeso yakwa kobi so mo se petrol bo no esa pagya o enti kakra yi o mo de to so no o mo de ketua bi be ka ho ana se de ato so no de yemfa no saa Pauli chairman Edma Concerned Drivers Association pa yemo akwaba
me jo so mi nyabe manampo mu tse
boko papa na won so
yankopo na dum ohireba bo nyame hirawo me tie papa ya papa ba o mia o ti ba na bro Adrava yam fakin yam fat yan manu. Adrava fun Christian manu da. Aden me ka video so. Adrava fun Christian yi ma ba o nya da.
Aden
also still ni da. Me ka se matro. You station. Na me chief driver. Na so big taka no be the mate. No one the kind of chef from ni pe driver ni amana ko yina. Ye pe driver upon who are station. Oh, yeah, perfect. I wouldn't come. Yamana Kofaka number, and your mate. And your mate.
Power ya day.
What for you, Tina Papanitrin? Can make Jan on my end by 6 months. Now you're too full, man, because you're never able. It is a course for Kuba from Ghana for you. You miss at the den of the brain. They are too long to 20%. You can't finish. And now shop a true yatum, this is a yatum. You had no cut, we are yet to love him. Near Cornelius, I never can. A quarter could be better 20%. Better to love him. And it may come and drop a for what you were feeding you may say. Ye can no more say a boy. Yen, you show me near course and Sunny at your back. And then later, here to me. And you're concerned if we know Madu. Through that messing out one and you transport to places. You so what Ghana in Nashimupi. It is a 1 2 win now. Yes, no, so try to lose him 20%. Trot drivers. I only go jump a bit so Billy Penny be a second time as well. But maybe a green and yammer. Just on my penny, Rory Stein, near to Lolfim, or being Cassa. On my penny could for time near to Lolfim, or being Cassa. Let papa at a mess near Papa John Mamma Tam. What to Lolfim, or being Cassa. One more crack class and a man who campaign be a clear. You Mr. Say. It's yes, in need to drop up what to tell you. You bought a dear. Also, Obama police for Betty.
Yeah.
A cat at all. Omompanya Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo no yet Attorney General what that for Kobu. I want some. And this woman 1 million mayen. And if the next to self from another people, never that some want to have a Akufo-Addo 20 and 30 be. Akufo want to make it. But want to make it.
Bapa say utie nsem no a. The other to dwabiem and say Ghana Private Road Transport Union operators no GPRTU ene sa ekuon kaye na ekeka aka ho no wo mo kire say monto bobo ase at least si atumwa malita no kodu 23 cedis a ansa na lorry fare no matum
Iyejuma ani ya no hini ya bua koshia wo kan ana me sin no kasa dia the company onika oni station dokitaka and no ko abuso kan na bi tingira yeto ni 30,000 and 11,000 inka on kan locking engine electric engineer 23,000 cedi and 11,000 cedi inka on kan locking check where yeah all you running we are turning 1.2 and then you look at it 2.5
yeah
every time here to the Ghana and then 2.5 300 and this is all no topic and look at the car and no the year juma no je person in ka no na se do ni mra wa ko yes at fuel at no do ba na nya bia nga on kan okay ya de dey say atum and someone mu Kumasi prisons no one biem no one three nga driver kunkum because ade we yes na break is how we are die ya ba ko se kan no mi die and it was a material bio one san material bio na say jack $1 ye di jadun na o me kan change
it is a say no percentage saying ana mo dia tumu a enya de mu be yi afiri so
20% enya de obi yi 1 cedi afiri so na me ka chiro onwumire ya wo mo ye say want to tum kra na fe de wo mo frem wuli masama m kansa na nkuro masama m kansa ye ni unions na won obi nta no bi ye ni na ye nkabom ye di bibi ba ye ni ni ye ye sia ya ka sia na ye ba and the statement na abo obi ade ba ne de masa no de camouflage na form
enti pa anwumre wo saka sisudua enra ye ne udi nkomo wo saka sisudua say ministry ni directives na omo de abase munyi sa percentage ni free so no munyi ni na nyi ne kira
enya juma da enya juma no ma kiri ye ne me da me so ma kiri ye me kura me na me leader station bi ba me na me de ba enti wa ma kiri ye wa ma kiri leader say da no wa kiri no wa say ne besi o ma na enya ba kufu de o ana wo taxi na ye de ma ho say aye juma na ho say driver for bra what the mouth 3 days pepper when the men krem na driver for the men krem
okay
yeah me dey so mo some no want them no ma kiri na kogu na some pa na some 20% da be ni bi enyi yo what catch be ade anya sa train na tuo ye de mo ja wa
yo me da say anwumre bibia ne ye be sa ba onten
so me da say me nsan
Pauli wo pani kwantrefo a wono ene da concerned drivers association ano chairman ene ya tene nka say 20% ne de ene aban no be so asumogya enya de ombe yi afri so na aban yi kura no muguso no amoka no a omunwie no ene da ya no wo sa to petrol
aban no ono ne to car ne ma adaba fo na won to petrol ma driver ni wosimentu lorry femu na no ede nsem hunu no
so omutum kro be sa che wo moto
omo de ede nsem hunu no wo no wajai cedi na ma na depreciate ya ma chese wo koto petrol no wo ba ye no wajai pressure na ma yen na wo jai pressure na ma yen no wo se wo ma yen tu petrol no na no edama na se eden kroma de edam dos no kroma pao ya to Kasiebo so de amawo abusuafo na bokai se NPP for ka se yemfa Ghana konwa ne mom na Akufo-Addo metra so no John Boadu at that time na oye general secretary di ma NPP campaign ase asamba kwa okai ne se yeto obama na Akufo-Addo no ba edwuma bebusu amanhwa ye be kwa amanfo aman so na yakwa akokra amanfo na o ma ba Ghana ha aba be ye edwuma enei wono na o ma ama no state owned enterprises se onkonko ye panyipa woda ho na so ene edwuma ni kroma unemployment rate akosoro ebinsi da e wo mfie kakra ya atwam yi anasefo wono ma wie school 2021 2022 no 2023 wono mo edwuma esa abai post hospital bebre otu ko du ba bi kra na nurse fo ni ho aban posti wo ma abo aban aban posti wo ne wa won kran ha bia nim sa no pay so to saa kopem anwumre yi na enei amanfo emma ya ne mmabunu wono mati wo ho agu abote so ye demonstration say aban posti wo aden omo call parliament na chesare demonstration na awreho omo na mu nyina nso obu omo ni nyina ya hand to mouth issues ya ntie o hand to mouth kakra wo bedie nti aban posti wo aban say alata moy baye kwa amane so na ye no mo president nkokotwe nkobo say na demonstration no mo ye no aban aka bibi afa ho ana Haruna Ibrahim na ye president of the association no Graduate Unemployed Nurses and Midwives Association sana ye freku no so ya ba ho manoma yensa enya enka no na ne nyina ne se aban so postu o mo aban bo mo ho ano ho ba se nnwuma ho enye se asopiti ni bi ni ho em se sika na eni ho se den yo ama manfo manam won se ne ohene ba hwe nsuo na ehwe o mo yo na manfo mabo red and band ekwekura placards
ahomtio
chese
bia ko school awie aba ye nurse ni je sorte ne hu gumonte so ye demonstration
ansana aba
ya fa na adwuma
ohene ento aso
na yewuramu a ene de national coordinator e de ma kodeo e de assembly e de aba betu dwa no kwasem ensem no a wo de baaye no ano ose papa abetahin ene ne din na sem ode aba ne se NDC amanyokuo no ka say biometric verification devices bi ayira na sadie na aba no ebetumi aha abato no enti kodeyofo kire NDC amanyokuo ne se wonfa enkrata wonfa adanse a kire se machines na ayira no ebeha abato no anye sadie wo mu anyintum na ode yedi kan kokotie asema abet ahin de etu dwa no answer.
Definitely, once these issues are raised, it will really disturb a little bit the Ghanaians who are at the background listening, and definitely it will shake up their faith in the commission a little. Like in all institutions, the theft may not have been detected earlier by the ED. I'm sure they may not have known that some of these things were missing even until I think the NDC brought it to their attention. So my advice is that they should try and prove to the EC that they can use those machines to corrupt the system. And I think every Ghanaian will be interested to know that. How can the missing computers be used to corrupt the system? That has to be proved. Because it will then, allay or, full tempest. We need to be very careful to really listen. And if there's any probe to be done, any investigation to be done, it has to be done immediately to allay the fears of everybody in this country.
David Kumi and Coaching Komo Kegana, and no. Yara, Aquaba. BVD machines, and that year, Ababeto just saying BVD, ne BVR, and Ira, easy force 5 inum, and Ira, and Yada sorry, ya Kodeo National Coordinator, Abetahin, and the Ababeto just say NDC force. No krese ayira na ebetumi ahabato no mu a wo mun prove to Ghanaians say ampasa computers na ayira no ebetumi e de aha abato no mani di abato achipa BVR machines no a ayira no enyem bia ebetumi aha abato anase NDC fo na over exaggerating no dodo ama asem no eyehu
emedase bebre mechiawo etia motie ponya BVR. That's biometric voter registration device now. Irano.
Yeah.
A bit hard dream.
Wow.
A bit me the real elections name.
But
you once a DVR no a machine registration.
Okay.
And one to me registration no offline and now online. That machine is equipped with a specialized application. It may register or say even on the internet and I say offline. One, a bit may register. Two, a bit may delete amount putting every database name.
Oh, sir.
Three, a bit may transfer and call from one constituency to the other constituency.
BVR no ayira no adwuma tumi ye no no.
Yes.
Wow.
Obi kwata machine no onya the code to the system of the Electoral Commissioner adwuma obetumi de edinye. no, my trivialize the whole issue. We a national crisis. But I am surprised at Kudu because Kudu, my country was about 1 way. Now, the more NDC force say NDC form don't be proven in NTI, then you are trivializing the issue. You are narrowing the issue to make it an NDC issue. But this is a national crisis. And not only NDC issue, it is not an NDC issue. It is a national issue. I say Obia pay critical attention. Not a Obia concern. You must be concerned about what is happening, not to call on NDC to come and prove. Can the people more is say that NDC process? The almost start in some way a buy. Now your focus should be the Electoral Commission and and aside devices with your eye. More a soldier for thinker or when it's an easy office on them. I'm not cast at what easy on them. No, after near a Bemakam. A police were what easy on them. They be a young one. There was CCTV camera, a 24/7. A then and aside devices with a riot. Electoral Commission into young cancer Ghana for this is what has happened. And what Kudu should have been doing is to thanking NDC. It's by thanking NDC for that critical expose. The only way about Ghana for because me a bit to me the rigging of the 2024 elections. I am telling you.
Wow.
Okay? I'll give you a typical example, which I've said many times. 2020 elections, no, Electoral Commission deleted 32,000 names. This is the new biometric voter registration now, register now, your COCO compiler, you know. And the reason that was abused by the Electoral Commission was that these individuals register outside the stipulated period, the year registration now. And in TV, say, machine being the register as anchor for. They register more. Why no and the register more? The Electoral Commission registration we were closing the system. Now say, what is an gadget? Why the court now hifa? They have access to the Electoral Commission data no, and the event the database no, and the system no, and almost me register as 32,000 no, count. So let us not trivialize the issue. This is a serious matter, and let's see it as a national matter. In the day, you Electoral Commission, not yen machines, and some are starting any registration exercise in this country.
Sir, Isika say Omatinipa 5. Now, no names. And here Johnson said in Ketiaba Hano. We stating say, we share the Ecosonoa. Police station be any ho. Ya say ya register microphone din say ya te wo mo ha ya de wo mo ko ha we na te wo mo yenim eno an ya te wo mo. Do you believe say isi ede Ghana fo adwen edi agro e wo bibi ho ana say de isi aka say ya te microphone no ya nyuntum sa.
Oh, near me now. I ask myself a lot of questions. And I feel where the EC has a lot of questions to answer. Because the young question for our memo has because we are then catch and say Electoral Commission or your CID.
Debbie.
Electoral Commission or your police, IEP. And I say or your Attorney General.
Debbie.
What say would the astronomer police for? And yet then now catch and say would the what apprehending for private Dama police. Ankofono omo yejuma wahe omo yejuma Electoral Commission wa na department then omo yejuma we from saying you see tell us this thing so that even the people at the Electoral Commission will know there really ankofo ya che so for me I danko that way we are not going to take this that the Electoral Commission is telling us because the thing happened more than a month ago. And when you were pushed, then now we have found also a police will start the investigation. A police 4-year investigation, no more investigation about them. And then who go for now a police 4. No more investigation ever him. A police 4-year investigation in this matter. They are generally the third place that the police goes. CCTV camera or you go to sit behind the monitor and watch near a cost of die a fan your fire ubehu. In the electoral commission, the bench will be a police, a police one Casacas and a budget. In many and this one again.
Okay.
That they said the service. We are not fools like that. We should be serious with this matter because this matter is not a matter we are going to joke with at all. I have said that we can do two things. Okay? Before I bring this thing to an end, the bit my name on you. If you say you court a put the injunction on the registration exercise until so you are finding DVD machine DVR machines now Iran. And now say they organize a demonstration to ensure say that it's that DVR number and then I come and say any registration exercise.
Thank you. David, I don't want to see a Bibiania. The best about Cheney and Wababiding. David Kumi, Executive Secretary Makegana, and I attending Kano, and the Afadi Ekoso, or Ghana.
Oh, my, you move some doors, road, as a Yasam Katwakra. Yabatwa Kasiebo, so the Amamona, ECG for some board members, so to say. Nina is saying, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, your friend PURC, woman a regulatory ensure Yanum Kromane and Yamahoden, sa utilities na Ghana for you soon. Woman a sham where Juma FSA. Then be an Ghana water for by any ECG for and a Netco and a VR for by any na Ghana Francois Suma Dromo. Say what they find 5.868 million at the Aquaco 2 ECG for board members so say Womuntia. Nina is saying. Dan say as abekaya besa bosu miedunye wa sha se dundundum kane ne ko social media na dubia ne obia e ma dudum so status we si e na show be kure ni na dadu dum light eti light dundum eno na PUS forecast dabi se obedum kane se otumi ka che Ghana for na wo somo mo ne se medum kane time say meso ne time say ECG se twe a PUS wo ye hwan ye na na kufu ado mawate now they are toward us the den. Eti Usha PUS for true krata ekoma ECG. Busumi etwe me de to so do watch March 18 said. One for timetable mra load shedding timetable. Energy Minister Krasi ya endro a timetable. Enti ono kwasika no so money tue bi because na put the some force ha. Say na hwenesity na sa some force ha. Na eno achi ECG for amfi. Ena PUS for the krata abachire mo say uhwe emra na ema wo mo ho kwan ma wo mo regulate ECG a regulation 39 of LI 2413 no wo mo gina so define e de ababeto board no so na 5.8 million ya de to so nyesi kadada no we de 5.8 million sika no so ankasa eti board members ni nentua na nsenya na Kaligajepo resign as board chairman okra obetu bi efri say yes time na dum so de koso na e ka say fa timetable mra no wo hobby what pa wa maya fa timetable ama PUS for say from March 18 abepemene yedum nkane enko amakoma 4142 hey nkane no yedum no makoma empem 9 eni oha aduana mienu 4142 times na yedum nkane eti chese enam so ma wo mo de 3000 penalty units to ECG for console. Kaligajepo betu bi. Wa resign obetu bi fise na breso. Na sansan fon no e console. E bet krapa won kan we fise na nse na woba. Na director ma research and corporate affairs Emma PURC Eric Obute. Na central for bisa ne say, "Hey, sika ne no so." E no say, "Mi ba be chirem." Ni chirem mu ni.
There's no formal letter, to the best of my knowledge, that ECG has provided to the commission as to why that particular order has not been met. For the amount that was supposed to be paid to the category B players in the sector, if they are not giving us any reason why they've not been able to pay that amount, the outstanding amount is over 400 million, which is over 446 million, and is standing between August last year and February of this year. They complied fully with the March payment. All the sector players, they complied. As to how much was brought in, how much they allocated to each sector player, they complied as of March. But between August and February this year, you are seeing that there's an outstanding amount which has to be paid. ECG declared that amount that they were able to collect this much from the consumers. And every sector player from GRICO, the IPPs, all of them have to collect some money to enable them run their operations efficiently. That amount is outstanding, which has to be paid. So the Commission said that amount will be paid to the sector players by the 30th of April 2024. Yeah. Well, ECG presented data to the effect that there were 4,142 outages between January 1 to the March 18th order that we gave. Now, out of those 4,142 outages, we had 155 of them, which were supposed to be planned maintenance. Now, planned maintenance, you're supposed to give the people 3 days notice per the rules of URC, and that was not complied with in 163 cases. So that we computed together and got an amount which was supposed to be paid or borne by the board of directors of ECG. Now, to do with the transformer issues, we realized in our analysis that a lot of the time, the data that ECG presented to us, most of the cases had nothing to do with the transformer overload. So that's why we said that the data that we got from ECG, and in our analysis, we realized that attributing the power outages to the overloaded transformers was factually inaccurate. Well, what the Commission has actually spoken to ECG and ordered ECG to give a schedule that has not been complied with. So the Commission is taking note of that, and subsequent orders may be given by the Commission. That I cannot speak to now. Well, we see the board members of ECG as very noble people who are law-abiding, people who would speak to the issues as they are, and we pray and hope that they would abide by the rules of the game and maybe make the payment. But if that is not done, I'm sure the commissioners will come up with a new strategy, and that when we get to that point, we will communicate that to the public.
Dr. Eric Obute, one director of Research and Corporate Affairs, one of Kasa Edema PURC, and I watch them free January by March 18. No, and I want to Canadian say, yeah, Dumino, best 4,142 times, Dumson Kwan. Now, ECG4, the data bromo sign or more transformer no load no doso. I know Chem say, Mono, transformer load no, a moon salmon na kakrebi. Nemono, planned maintenance no, and an also kakrebi and a ne womb. Nemono, they were mudundum ya mamma Ghana for money any day, and their dorsal pie, nutina, your buka, a dear guamosono, or musu betia. And I may say, a kufuadra bresu we mra juma. Find a betia.
Young Roman Yen Komokaya, a public accounts committee at Trase, a war a year Sikasem to years said the Noma and Koye. Now, public accounts committee at Trase. Now, no, I'm not saying Genia Ward or Jeremo and Marketunov about 1 person. Honorable James Kluche Aveji, and the Atuja say, Dientia Amo Majuma, Ayading at the Amomo, and you understand. A Bribia Park, a betrase. Na wombe ye adwuma be wie na bedru so a ye beka se bia we kata se proye eforofore ho attorney general onkonkobo nipa ne kwadru pe na attorney general atwene ho ye be bono abono a onye hwe eno no ka ho e na marketa se ne proye agi hini e wo kurum ha no yentie ensem a yewura James Kluche Aveji odi atudwa.
First, my work, I said it earlier on, it demoralizes members of the committee because we don't have the power to do what is not being done. The power we have is limited to, if we look at the case, we know that the government has a good case, and for that matter, the people have flouted the law and they need to be punished. It is the duty of the Attorney General to do. So I will only urge the officials of Parliament to do the right thing by communicating decisions of Parliament, especially in relation to the Public Accounts Committee, to the appropriate content for action against the agencies that have flouted the law. For the new infractions in terms of procurement, we will only admonish them and ask them to go and do the right thing. Because we think that if we do refer them again, no action will be taken against them. Now, there is a dilemma there, or there's some issue there. If the institutions get to know that, look, the committee come to make a pronouncement, nothing is being done, it's rather going to worsen the situation. They will know that we will do it, we will appear before the committee will say, we will prosecute you, but no action will be taken.
James Klute Aveji, and what is me, and they are to Jayemfa Asedemo Dro and Fa Emma, you win we any and Kodasemra.
Ma yanko aye sentific mando. Former minority leader Nasa Tamale South Mara Shabedeni, Ura Haruna Idrisu. Na what they are to be a Chilamo Canoforata or Yapuafo Pan. When the Pabon for one cano crena. One yes, Obejra Parliament and the economy has turned the corner. Just say economy na ye. Ghana economy no bugumu na so no wono mo ayedi yi a chese koyenu ha na edusu kiremu se nya no krebia na ntro na wodie IMF fo sika kora nka se wo mo de ba be hye economy mu ma koyenu sika ni nyina kora mbaaye nti economy no nye se ne ho atono na onenam ho no ohurihuri economy nda so da ho a chese etise nipa oyare na oda ICU na yade nsuo asi ni so na wo kasa e de akire nipa bebre e wo Parliamentary mando bebe fro Kambatiak e Bunkurugu constituency num abe yewra John Dramani Mahama kosra wo mo de na building Ghana to no koyo no na yewra Haruna Idrisu kiremu say economy no still na enye yie etimema obi anji kenu for atani.
When Dr. Bawumia and Akufo-Addo say they've turned the corner, how can you turn a corner when you don't have a final signed memorandum of understanding with your external creditors? How can you turn the corner when you need 10.5 billion to service your debt? Then you leave 5.9 billion in your primary balance and say we should praise you. No. For us, we are looking at your deficit, expenditure versus revenue. Not because you are not paying your debt, then you say your reserves are doing good. When you start paying the debt, the reserves cannot look good. Therefore, don't judge this economy with the performance of your primary balance. So the Dagombe say that when you build a house with saliva, it collapses with dew.
We yewra Haruna Idrisu Tamale South Mara Shabedeni enono. We na ose ene ono so onsa enka biome. Na project bebre e wo mpotem ho aban no e hya ase so wanye ne yewra John Dramani Mahama so be hya ase so aban we bai wo twi nani e se wo mpe sirimfo asem etina we yi nani a wonfa project ni bi emba ho.
Say for President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They should stop behaving like Ghanaians have gone into a deep sleep and we do not know the promises they made to get onto power. You know that the Gombes have a proverb that you caught a woman with deceit, but you keep her with sincerity. The MPP even have not been able to keep the woman with sincerity, even though they courted power with deceit. Excellency John Dramani Mahama have seen the deplorable road. He's been on it himself. As I said, this one is weightier. As president, he would address that. But at least we have to say it for him. He awarded Wale Wale, Nalergo, Nakwanduri, Bunkurugu. That is how it was to start. If somebody have failed to fix it, don't blame the NDC and don't blame Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The road was awarded on contract. The contractors failed to deliver on their part. So if they fail to fix it, when he becomes president, judges, Excellency John Dramani Mahama have heard you and the chiefs. It will be his early prioritized road.
We yewra Haruna Idrisu enono ekane dom kuma no ba no dani yewra John Dramani Mahama denen toabo enam Parliamentary mando ho Bunkurugu ena wonama echese okopie mo ho dumade ne koso na ese ukopie mo Parliamentary mando dia commander wo ho ene yewra Haruna Idrisu ntide se ono so ekokasa wase a wo kire mo se o makwan na enye no yewra John Mahama ono afaso bi wono ma awode nso na Akufo-Addo ba yo mpesirimfo asem nti wanya kwan no nti yewra John Mahama ba wono mo ebeto aso ye to Kasiebo do so amamo
Sire mo dro fama boafo so ma Kasiebo ye de esomo Na SMB test no, a B test for the men and women. Wada Roma, umunumbi, ubi abe fili. Droni ya kama. A memo mano no. I dance here. The more manum no. Omo see a trigase. And I do be you know. Edrono, SMB test no. Numbi na he. Obe dia dance here. Udi yoko yoga bread na komisano. Ebisano say, adia no eteseng. SMB test. B test for the men and women. A woman tinimu ye ding. Iti adia bi adi ntini na ye adwuma bia no. Nedura ne SMB test. Wo peni doso pone to ame ma number no afre. Ya mu ba bi eton ro bia no wura ubenya bi. Frɛ number we 0558 37 9545 0558 37 9545. Sholak Natural Clinic. Or say, wo kidney and wo liver. Kuma man for Ghana hadudu. Na tie. Wadi adia bi di mfanto se sonye. Sa wo de sone aben kwan a. Wo be se enwo ene ayin nti no. Mefe no na emu asi. Afe wo de kwan no ade gumu a wo boso kra enkobiem. Eno wan se wo be hitin suese na wo de sonye no di anum. Wo be se mu aye free wo de gumu atotototo. Sa pepepe no kidney no ene wo liver no etie. Emu asi esa sem frame fo baakum na mogya nso afa baakum. Na eba de sa no a na emu asi. Wo de ane se wo beba obemu waduru a ebe hohoro wo kidney ene wo liver ni mu ama dialysis no a wo da so no ni nyina no wagyae esa se wo kidney liver no anka se betumi aye n'adwuma ama hoto aba eti Kosolak Natural Clinic akokwaji apomden abibifo ye waza oye o eti koho wo betumi ehun Dr. Solomon ewo kokomlemle obe Harvard Senior High School no the number ni 0553 932631 0553 932631. 3P garlic mixture, the best garlic mixture in Ghana. What the award bebre? It you call internet now type the best garlic mixture in Ghana. 3P and the medical P and sana the akano at what was so. Mesro numbi 3P now who ento 3P garlic mixture or say Ghana have be a to drubiano ukwa obenye bi garlic adro ye ewura ni paduano e bo ni paduano itime srew num sadro we bi na ubedi adanse ubo ho ban efri stroke ho ubo ho ban efri won say yetititi Kasiebo so any general body pains and hunam tutuo bibia we hu afri man no 3P garlic mixture Piwak Natural Health and what the abane number ni 0248 928 824 0248 928 824. Little George Health Shop. Little George Health Shop. What tema? Community 5. What's a PV being run about? Any presby asafono entemwa. Little George Health Shop. Dear Wayini. What the core Mr. Original. Ediaba. And a drobia also say Atobiano. On one a bebwa amwenyabi. The Biame come from out say. What that Roma? Call Little George Health Shop. Maybe I was a rioso, wa kontomra, wenche, yakase, and baby in Miami kaka. That Roma so pedre biata. And how man crying? No, but no, I may be bono. Fat. Fred Doctor Nakacha said, Doc me waha, me here dronibi. And one so best send you sika. Now a package near the abrel. On Sabekan Pepe. Said you're sending scanwa. Number near 0243 140213. 0243 140213. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. The best in Shia e Ghana. And you did wedding, engagement, birthday party. Bibia ye piano and one year this celebrity. Intipel X Natural Mineral Water. Make shops in Nemuno, Ubura Ubenyebi. Doso Pono Bra. XYZ broadcasting a Jumama. Bibrewa. Bebin so a wobiano. Ofra. Nancy said Koya. Be package na cast at the abrel. It would the other so be friend number we 0596 273546 0596 273546. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. If you want by your bar, and common be braka chira, you better sort. Asia sign Emma Wakwaba Yatwa Kasiebo so na aguna afija setre south aguna ya ewo afija setre south ewo NDC anase bia asantemantem NDC amanyokuo no elanchi dwumadie bi ewo ho a ne friend JM anase JDM door to door campaign na sa dwumadie na se na owura nimonyamfo ade koka ekwase ekakasaye no kasaye edito NDC fo nyina nim se won fa kukuduro ne namyo emfa enyina na won to aba no emfa ma NDC amanyoko no ma vote no ehon ban yetie sem owura yi edito dwa.
There's branch executives, branch members, everybody should get involved in door-to-door campaign. Get closer to the people who vote. You must get closer to them for them to understand your programs, understand your policies, and appreciate that when you come to government, you are going to uplift them from where they are at the moment. Elections are one of the polling stations. They're very, very important. The last time I crossed Supreme Court, Omoka say elections are won at the police station. Afarijan made that statement. You have to encourage everybody to be vigilant and to make sure that on election day, everybody, by 5 o'clock, everybody should be there. These days with modern technology, you can video everything that is taking place. First, now you need Android and iPhone want to me a recording, but this time they got and the pressmen too. These days we got a lot of pressmen in the system. And so I'm sure vigilant will be very, very paramount to this election.
Now, and what can you see you Emma Ganagas, Oren Munyan for George Sipa Nyanki. Also could you in CB or Kasai?
We should not be complacent. As I just said, the DMNT, young for your Wajuma, and say for your Wajuma. And that is why I think this door-to-door campaign is important. Let's just say, they say, yeah, one particular position. People are compared to into a winner, so accept the results and come together and support the one who won. Next time, it will be your turn for you to win and for the other to come also support you. You are not healed from the loss of the past election. And this is affecting, what am I saying? It's affecting our preparation for the campaign. Some regions are fighting, they're not talking, the executives.
George Sipa Nyanki, where Ekoso Ewa Aguna, Ewa Efija Setre South, Abaton Pesuya, so Wabrano Mopa, JDM door-to-door campaign, Jumedi Hon and Toma.
The amount for you, Muti. Amount for Chiomuti, the door-to-door campaign, the Aguna de Miami Demo. Yeah, what side Namete. Okay. National Democratic Congress for say just by elections, no Yadia Wombeko. Almost one more Bobo ano atwen abato na nkasana 8 months ya KD Yadia Wombeha Moho Ako. Na yewra fifi kwete General Secretary de ma ene DC amanyoku no na on central for Kasai no chire mu de ntia NDC for atwen ho e de free sa by elections na ekoso adwuso abra yewra jonkuma ewuye no echi. And my entwa so na ohene nyaye de my enda se na ama for so the messages ni bi bo ameri no obi the message free kejeji aba so ohene ba we say Sunny East District kejeji your friend Francis Abiru we say ameri plant na yanom sa no tro no yanom de kokumase no we say eye ne ya pa se wo mo kwakọ rename no foforo we do strain this ya ban se wo mba power wo mo san name no ameri plant no as Nana Akufo-Addo e de kwakọ dada santefo
so no the naming ceremony president we be every day be o name at the forefront
ya na mo nyina so mo de messages aba ndo ne kinkeli ni mo amokika ka ho no ma yenda se yen comedy Moses about center for 31 good years ni wono ma sayare organa ha manansen amafo enya hoden ukọ medimosis a bibia wo hobby machine se de hwe nipa akwa mo ehu yare no be bi ehye yare na hu ntase den ye behu na de dru account ye dru nso ano ohye ano nam ebe ye hu adwuma kama pa ma wasan si udade mu eti yare bia ha obia prostate issues na fe onyini now na yesi tata hypertension, diabetes, typhoid fever, and afe endemu yare wadaro ma kopie mu ho. Wo senso na ha wa bra dental clinic ebetuma boa. Yo Kumasi ahenema kokoben, and ankran ha ye dental ye ne police station no. And edin hwani mu ASL building no so ye waso ye ba ko ho wa crime ministries. And eje kojo nso ye ben school for the deaf no e wo temane ni potem ho ntim ko ho. 0244 068 447 wo fra mpanyimfo ebeje so na wo ne wo abonkomo.
Cal 360 toothpaste and ye di twi asen apose papa bi ye mo no wie hwan ba bi abefa bia no ene boa ma osen e tiftiftiftifta eti pa bi na yusu na ni je sonko emrakel ba bi eton ro bia no wura wo benya bi eti pa bi na yusu Samara pharmacy yo mo de saso e ba ye no mo no mo de aba from 0246 864798 0246 864798.
Power specialist about hospitals there ye nyina yenim say about hepatitis B ana C ana D ana E ni nyina ye hepatitis no munkura batani bia wadaroma fatty liver brabe piemu ewo power specialist herbal hospital Dr. Kosuedua ya yankopon nam no so esayare o nti adaroma ko piemu ho fatty liver no obebo ama wasi udadem na afi yare na etetew no watuma didi kama na afi watuma nante aye wadwuma sciatica prostate eni obi a ne dompemu ebu pain say accident adabo na okoboy na odompemu ebu adaroma ba ebebo ye beto ama ulcer yemfa se kan kan so ulcer no ebeko kompo yemfa se kan kan no so ebeko fibroid de do kan wa ebe na ne na afi wan kasa wo hu stantreni minu aba eti bra hwai Kumasi ye wo Feyasi Lake Road Kumasi Feyasi Lake Road it just bro filling station no ene din hwani mu wo Feyasi hwa Accra ha ye wo kwabenya pokuase kwan no so wo firi abom junction na wo pokuase a wo sane free na wo sane benkum so ye fra ho power bus stop duru a Dr. Kosuedua ya adwumayfo ne nim te obesa yare kama takra de ye wa anaji ye ben anaji MA primary school hwa ye na mesimie 0244 544422 na 0200 38 ofra pejefo no betwetwe nkomo yare no de kwa onsanfa mafie biom
ma yefa entomanim say NPP chairman Stephen Intim esia ya ye guso ye de Kasiebo ebe ya no na adan kwakufu ado appoint no say wono enkonkoye National Petroleum Authority board chairman iti eno no Stephen Intim ekwakwa ebo chairman ewo NPA. It is a say baby I don't know economy. Class House Electronics ebeboa last minute appointment. Obi ebenyan share.
Obi ebedidi. Obi ebedidi.
Pete. Already. Class House Electronics ebeboa aba wanye no papa ato Ramadan mu ya celebrate awie wada Roma still we here no ma ebeboa ewo fie no mam ama anije aba. Nti woseme fantom anim say showroom so no still wabie mu bebre. Medina de no hospitals wo adabraka Kaswa Kumasi anyhow it bribe je kettle juice makers blenders gas burners and any can we do so be fridges air conditioners ni no ma bebre bowra ho wo de onkoto hekra ko hebi keke na pie obatumi afrom 0598 90 2908 0598 90 2908
Spanish ginkgo capsules no ewo edwaso anya asem ketwa na enei we obi a we panyin na wanyini we ko pension na already no se ne aye no enye ofe wo pese we de ne san be kama biom ko Spanish ginkgo capsules be beboa wa ma we de na efe no na eye umoja no e de afusani yie na asabo ma wadwen na afanshin yie obi a orefi ade ntentem wada ma ne kaki kura ne pa na otie mu se ne ba na otatu ne ka no ne kaki wo fa na de mre no so kaki ni kura no ko Spanish ginkgo capsules ni bi ebeboa wo na correct saa eye problem no eno achi obi a na stata tai na fe oyare stroke afi na ho to uhia se dro ni bi Spanish garlic mixture no mnante tumi no mbaba wa tumi no mene capsules no obi a na stata tai na fe obi a Johnson tentem cholesterol akosro doctor for mendiwe onyanya bia unonom to aso be 3 a obo se wa ho ato menstrual issues and also Spanish garlic mixture beboa 0266 114111 na pharmacy shop bia na se eba shop bia no ko hwa obenya bi tena tetre pass with diamond uko Little George ho ewo tema Spanish ginkgo capsules CB ewo ho tema community 5 uko hwa obetumi enya bi na afa bibia so etumi akonkan Ruta products to edwama so wadaroma kwade ko pe bi na no malaria fever ebetu ase Ruta Titanic typhoid fever dro and afa Ruta life no amoye kese a obi wo hwa na fo didi ana wa ye cheko why kese wo pese so tie kopebi wo ye jogging no na wonom boa benefit no esa boost immune system rutem do pay our pharmacy shop and afi bebe eton heba nro nyina no Fred Dr. Abe 0244503443
but American fi say mama said in am tamaklo ya sentencing no to 10 years imprisonment na those cars no a ya sentencing no ho say causing financial loss to the state no enye set tekpekra ne tuaka kanofori ata de betuaka aseka enso say even auto cars no na enye kwan papa no fa so a anka ban no ba yem betumi aka so ke yentua because ebia nipa no ye hwe mu no ekwan yo fa so no enye kwan pa kanofori ata ene betuaka ye wie ye no ya convict maame no ema se de etete kire se omo de hihye agu akwam se ombe deport no e de na ba Ghana ha ama na ba be face the trial but there be ameka say NDC this is test case to you ochena mobile ye first day mo oduro Let's Talk Educational Consult na Let's Talk Educational Consult say akwara wanya 6 months to 6 years wada Roma obetumi ne no adin sa so amenoma aye kama fa ne bra ho no mesua de omo kire entrepreneurship public speaking technology and art ye be kire nkwada no fei aside curriculum no a ye de kire nkwada no school kese pa itimen nkwada no mra ye mesua de ba bia kwada no wo bia no obetumi de na ba Let's Talk Educational Consult wo ba besua de ye beboa ne daate omo wo tesi Nungwa Estate Mango Street wo Beleje Kuku Municipal Assembly no number is 0249 069 821 0249 069 821
ohene maame bi ewo Dansoman last stop Ebenezer down Dr. Gbede maame ye di maame Messi nyakoa se Kasiebo mfani agrokra wo Dansoman last stop maame Messi nyakoa Dr. Gbede maame ye tia wo ene enwumre sanso na maame eye Wilhelmina Adi ma Gladys ono so ewo eye Wager ono so ehwe ye da mo nyina asese muti asera kese nkoma team ni nyina ye du bia PSA na fe Oma Checheku ene ni new school na fe Raf na ne microphone so ewo eye MCR omo so bo adwuma na fe Elvis ene ne microphone so ewo camera ne ti omo bo ayen mo amutena afie so hwe ye mo nkoso anhwe eye TVXYZ enwuma no ngotwe ohene ba betena se wodi gumbe show ebebremo ene Peter Otukono ene eba ti wodi ane se obema wa fidie no aka ha sei na fe wa hwe akeka fo ebeso mo ye me PSA okra boys prefect chief tankers honorable with our constituency mini a
okumangra diwan for hineba bo ama benie na ansa na mekọ no amentia mabusu apani papa metia papa nyame nhyrawo owura Abraham Kumsen oso yatia yakwa ba no wotwe aba ya ba betrase ne yedi nkomo nemom ene ya beteska o ma me nyama advert ya me sori yakokra na me do TV ama adan kra na opre ho kra sei wa bra na me 2000 Ghana cedis each am obi anya ska dedi eti ade ani mesrawo dial star 274 hash star 274 hash fato ho mete 2000 cedis on gumbe na emumu anya ne ntamo anipa kakra bi di anama sori ko eti no eti star 274 hash chato ho the 2000 Ghana ebe kaunsa yakra mo ye kwaba